Hello everyone, welcome to Education Japan. I'm Deepti Singh, your admissions counselor for Japanese universities. So recently we have been doing these videos to understand the difference between studying in Japan versus studying in India. And today's video is going to focus on the experience of students. So what is the difference in the experience of students when they choose to study in Japan versus when they study in India? So one of the biggest differences is that students in Japan can actually work while they study. I am referring to part-time jobs. So this is one of the factors that changes a lot of things about the experience of students when they are studying in Japan. So in Japan, students are allowed to work part-time. They are allowed to work for about 28 hours per week, or they can also work 8 hours in a day during holidays. As per the official data, students can earn up to 59,000 yen, which is about 30,000 rupees per month. Now this amount might sound too large to you because 30,000 as a pocket money or part-time income, it might sound a lot, but this is the maximum that a student can actually earn while they are studying. And I strongly recommend to students that they should not consider doing the part-time jobs as the sole source of supporting their living expenses. They should not do that. They should be prepared to take care of their living expenses when they are applying to universities. But definitely there is an option of doing part-time jobs, and 100% of the students that I know, they do 1, 2 or 3 part-time jobs to sustain their living expenses. Now these part-time jobs, they can be of different types. They can be on-campus part-time jobs. So Japanese universities usually create a system to enable students to find employment on campus. For example, you can take any leadership position in your classroom, or you can take a leadership position in the dormitory. These will be paid positions. Similarly, you can assist a professor in conducting some research. You can assist them in conducting the class as well. Basically the decorum and the homework collection and supervisory roles. These will also be paid positions. The other kind of part-time jobs can be off campus, and they will be available in supermarkets, in hotels, restaurants, cafes. These are very typical jobs. English teaching jobs are also very common in Japan. So, depending on what a student would like to pursue, they can take up part-time jobs. And because of these part-time jobs, of course, the experience of students greatly varies in Japan when they are a student. For example, when they are doing this part-time job, you need to understand the student is also learning interpersonal skills. They are learning the language, they are learning communication, they are learning other skills such as time management. They are also managing their money better. These are some of the soft skills that a student is developing while they are a student there. I think in India, students usually don't get this kind of opportunity, and especially if you are living at home when you are a university student in your bachelor's or master's, definitely you are deprived of this kind of independence. There are few other areas where I think students, when they are in Japan, they become more independent and responsible. For example, when they are in college in Japan, they have to make simple choices every day. For example, going to classes or not, right? Or cooking by themselves, or going to the convenience store and buying something. I think If we are staying at home, obviously these decisions are very much controlled by the family. So your parents are there to push you to go to your classroom and attend classes, but here it's your responsibility, and eventually a child or a student develops that kind of responsible characteristic, and they do take their 100% ownership. They have to. Similarly with food, a lot of parents, they ask me if there is no mess in the university where food is served. I have mixed feelings about this, because honestly I believe that when you are making a choice on food every day, definitely again you are exercising your choice, and that also gives you a lot of independence. In a mess, of course, whatever is served, you just have to eat that. If you're staying at home, your mother cooks, or if there is a cook, you have very little control over anything, and you are not making a choice yourself. So these are some of the factors that enable you to enhance your personality and independence and responsibility, and develop you into a stronger character. So these are some of the areas where I think experience of students in Japan and in India greatly vary. One more important difference I would say in Japan versus in India is no time restrictions. Of course, when you are studying abroad, it doesn't work like how it works in India. In India, I have seen that even the PGs, they have a time restriction that you should be back in PG by 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. In Japan, it is not so. Yes, the dorms in the university, they might have a guideline for you to be back to the dormitory. But again, it's not enforced to an extent. You may, but it will be your choice to be in the dorm or not. And similarly, these kind of independent decisions when a student is making on everyday basis, this is definitely helping them develop their character for good or for bad. So these are some of the basic differences in the lifestyle and experiences of students when they study in Japan versus when they study in India. So I hope this video gave you a clear picture of the lifestyle you can expect in Japan. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe the channel. Thank you.